Good afternoon, everybody. Ryan and Tiffany Kelly, Ecuador Shores Realty, coming today from someplace obviously other than the beach. For those of you who saw the last update, we're right back here in the States. As you guys know, I've been kind of bouncing back and forth, making sure that Tiffany is still well taken care of through these health issues that she's going to. For those who are new to the channel and you kind of want to figure out what we're talking about here today, we'll actually post a link at the bottom of this video to where you can go back and be able to see the first update where we kind of talk about everything that Tiffany's been through over the past almost 2 years.
Going on 2 years.
Going on 2 years now. So with that being said, I'll kind of turn it over to her. This is her update, really. She's the one that'll be kind of giving you guys the all the new info. So.
Yes, first off, thank you to everyone who wrote in and gave advice and commented on their experience. And I have tried a few things and looked into a few things. I've recently met with a neuromuscular doctor who is new out of Wake Forest here. It's like a specialty university, I guess. Kind of like Duke University of North Carolina. And I was diagnosed a few months ago, I guess in January, with small fiber neuropathy. When I went in, a lot of the symptoms I was reading on the pamphlet, and I was like, yep, I have that. Yes, I have that. I have that. And I was like, wow, I have, like, finally, I'm like, this has got to be something I have, because I had so much of it and I can relate to so much of it. And she put me on an alpha lipoic acid, like 600 milligrams, a nice supplement, a natural supplement, I guess, or supplement that you already have it in your body, so it's just adding it.
Now what is that supposed to do?
You would ask me that. I don't really. Something with the nerves.
So it just helps deaden them, or
I don't know. I honestly don't. Let us know below.
Yeah, let us know.
Gotta look it up, because I'm not supposed to Google.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. All the doctors said no more Google. Because obviously you guys know this. I mean, every time you Google something, especially if it's an injury, Google tells you, they give you a million and one reasons why you have like 3 days to live. Yeah, exactly.
Go to the emergency room if you have this. I'm like, I have all of that.
Yeah, right.
How many times? Because I'm like, how can I not Google? I have a list of them that have never heard of my symptoms, don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, I have to find this on my own. How can you not Google?
Yeah.
Even like my doctor says, yes, it's going to be hard not to Google. So I went in off of the next test, and it was a skin biopsy, which is kind of the most accurate for this type of procedure. And they did a hole punch, called like a skin punch, in the ankle and in the thigh, and sent that off, and came back positive for that. So then the next I did the blood work for it, and that was negative. So for right now, they're running with small fiber neuropathy, and I was diagnosed with that back in January. So they sent me to a neuromuscular specialist who specializes in the small fiber. We were concentrating more on the large fiber and did the EMG testing and all of that. I think I did like 3 times between Ecuador and the States, and that was coming back negative. And everything else was working fine with the muscles and all of that. But so this came back positive. So now we kind of have a little reassurance when I was feeling those tingles and the loss of sensation and whatever other symptoms that it has with it, that was coming from there. There could be many ways of how you get that. So I'm still working with my neuromuscular doctor, which I'll see in a few months, and she can give me more of an evaluation of what is spinal cord damage, what is nerve damage, she said. And we're working on a few things right now to see if I can get some relief from that. We do have, so it's been nice to get some kind of an answer. It doesn't explain everything, the doctors have said, because I have so many different types of symptoms, but it's a start. It makes me feel better. So when I do have the loss of sensation and different weird feelings, that I know kind of what's going on, and I just move past it now. But a lot of the other sensations of the tingles, everything is kind of subsided and is gone away. So that's nice. But yeah, so just one day at a time still, and kind of yeah, just working with her.
Yeah, it's really odd because yeah, just like Tiffany just mentioned, she's had like some of the symptoms from our first video that we did with you guys. Some of those symptoms have actually gone away. Yeah, but
And then the other symptoms,
right.
they're just continuing, but increasing over time slowly. Like when I first had my injury done, 3 weeks after my surgery, I was in such a rush and impatient, and then I went and had my hair done, and I just felt like, oh man, I should have done this yet. Like I didn't have a lot of stability in my neck. I just felt like it was kind of like just weight on my head, and that now is actually very difficult for me when I wash my hair in the shower or I go get my hair done. That's why I've kind of went darker right now, and it's just a lot. It's like an elephant sitting on my head, and it goes through the whole body, and it's just a lot harder to lift my legs, take steps, and walk and different things. So we're trying to figure out, is that something to be fixed, or is that nerve damage? So I'm hoping to have more answers within this year.
So as far as medications go, she's actually not on any kind of medications right now. She hasn't been on medications for a while.
Over a year.
Over a year now. Yeah, because multiple doctors wanted to see where the symptoms were coming from. You know, because obviously with medications, a lot of them, if not all of them.
Nerve medication. I was on pregabalin for about 10 months, and the nerve medication I was on, just like the gabapentin and the pregabalin, they can actually give a lot of crazy symptoms.
Yeah.
And so they wanted me off everything, and then they can kind of see what symptoms I still had.
Yeah, like what was coming from spinal and what was coming from medication. Because if you cut out all the medication, then theoretically, of course, the only thing left over is what your actual symptoms are, and that way the doctors can better deduce exactly what's going on and everything. So
and I actually started to get worse because the pregabalin helps the tingling and it helps those types of things. And I noticed over time that I started to get worse. But now, thank goodness, all of my tingling is subsided and I don't have a lot of that anymore. It's just a lot of that stuff after surgery. The nerves have kind of gone away, and then other symptoms, though, are getting worse slowly over time. Weakness, certain symptoms are just hard to explain. Like I had the rock, like when I had cord compression,
now, right?
I felt like the ground was rolling, and now I just have a lot of that through my body of the rolling, after riding in a car and it kind of bouncing, walking far, bending forward. Sometimes I just have this like weird feeling. I have if I look and kind of stare off, then I'll start to see everything, like the grass just start to roll. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, that's like spinal cord damage.
Yeah, everything kind of points to some kind of nerve and spinal issues, but again, nobody's able to figure it out.
It doesn't show up in the MRI, so because it doesn't show up in the MRIs, they say nothing's wrong with you.
Yeah, as many of you know out there who have gone through some kind of spinal or even any kind of sports-related injury, there's really not much you can do. You just kind of have to heal. And so it's been a good thing in that, again, a lot of the symptoms have kind of gone away. She still has a lot of the lingering symptoms. She still can't lift anything heavy and things like that.
So the tingling will come back.
Yeah,
actually,
exactly, yeah.
And then
but it's still just, how long is this going to go on for, and any kind of thing that can be done as far as, like I said, she's had another doctor who has even said, hey, maybe you guys should try to redo the surgery, do a different apparatus within her neck for the disc replacement, something like that. But again, it's still just a big question mark. We have multiple people trying to figure it out, but all the doctors keep saying the same thing. They look at the MRI, they're like, oh, we don't really see anything, so they're trying to figure out where else these symptoms could be coming from. But with the plane rides, she can't get on a plane, which is a really difficult thing. Otherwise, she would have been back on the beach by now, But it's also kind of hindering us with certain doctors that we can go see, because the other doctor out of Texas. Yeah, there's a gentleman who's a spinal specialty doctor. Used to be with the Mayo Clinic.
he's recognized as one of the top doctors. He's top spinal doctor in the United States. My dad found him. So I reached out to him. He was Mayo Clinic. Now he has his own practice. So his checklist was exams, myelogram, and redo the surgery. And that was before we found out I had small fiber neuropathy. So I wonder now if I would reach out to him and say, I actually got diagnosed with small fiber neuropathy, if he would say anything different and have a different change of plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Again, what are you going to do? All we can do is just continue to push forward and, continue to look for answers.
Yeah. So doctors feel that they've found what is causing a lot of this, and then we're just, going day by day and just trying to stay positive and push forward as much as I can and try to live as much of a normal life as I can, and until something just else starts to show up, and maybe doctors, or I can, find a right kind of doctor that understands the spine more with cord compression, that gave me the symptoms to begin with during, before my surgery. Because a lot of my doctors here, if I say I had the rolling on the ground and I have it to where I'm closer to things and my perception and everything changes and the vertigo goes, and a lot of them are like, I've never heard of that. So there's one doctor out of New York that explained my symptoms perfectly. I found him in a 2013 blog, and so I just, going from doctor to doctor is not good, but so that's why I'm just one thing at a time, slowly I've stuck with my neurologist this whole time, step by step, and trial and error things.
Bouncing around to some different doctors, as anyone in the U.S. knows, they got to start from scratch, and then they got to go to this, and then it's got, you got to talk to this doctor, then you can talk to this doctor, and this doctor wants all this stuff, and it's...
Yeah. So I've stuck with my neurologist, and now I have a neuromuscular specialist. So, so a lot of my stuff, they were saying it sounds like an autoimmune. So we went through the whole panel, and they had blood work for that, and everything came back negative. So when the small fiber came out positive, they're like, there's our answer. Doesn't explain everything, like I said, but it's a start, and it's something that now explains the tingling and the loss of sensation, the numbness.
Just a continual push, but again, she's strong. She's Superwoman.
Still got a little bit of a bump.
She misses the gym. Can you tell? I mean, obviously, again, we've been physically active in the gym our whole lives, so she definitely misses that. So I guess that's a wrap for this one. We will continue to keep you guys updated if we get any more developments on Tiff's health and progress and everything. Yeah,
maybe do another video in a few months after I meet with the specialist.
And of course, if we have any breakthroughs, if we have any breakthroughs in the meantime, she's doing cartwheels.
Should we do another
we'll definitely
video?
do that. Yeah. Should we do another video?
Let
of course.
us know.
Yeah. And of course, if anybody out there has any inkling as to what might be going on with her, by all means, please keep your messages coming, keep your emails coming, your comments. We've definitely talked to other doctors about some of the things we've heard from you guys, and it's actually helped. So please, definitely keep those ideas coming.
If anyone's ever tried the alpha lipoic acid, let me know, please. So he's gonna see you back on the beach side real soon. I'm gonna send him back, so he'll be all yours.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Thank you so much for letting me borrow him for a few weeks again.
Definitely.
So
we really appreciate y'all's patience when I'm away, because again, jumping back and forth to be able to spend time with her and the family, and obviously family comes first, she comes first, but we really, really appreciate that support with you guys, with your patience. Obviously Martine has been holding down the fort for us whenever I've been away on these trips, and he has just been
phenomenal,
crushing it out of the park. He's just absolutely fantastic. And we appreciate your support for him as well. A lot of you guys who have already met with him and spent time with him, the reviews have been fantastic. So if you haven't met with him yet, and you do miss me on one of the trips when you guys come down, you're going to be meeting with Martine, and he's been, everybody loves the guy.
He's like a mini, young Ryan.
I'm old? Oh, now I'm old. Oh my goodness.
He's half your age.
Now, oh boy, put me on the spot. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh man, gotta
But yeah,
love it.
he reminds me a lot like a younger version of you. He doesn't stop. I think I woke up this morning on a Sunday to like 3 updates and messages and like what he's gonna do this week and what contracts he's gonna sign, what pictures he's gonna go take, and he's just go go go. He's hungry.
He's always on the go.
He loves it, just like Ryan. They're like addicted to real estate, and they do really they love it. So
Absolutely.
they get excited and
it's been good. It's been good. So as always, the service when you guys come down will be nothing less than spectacular, 150%. As always. And again, whenever I'm on one of these trips to be able to visit with Tiff, I'll still be available, of course, through phone calls, emails, WhatsApp, video conferencing. Whatever you guys need, I'm still there. Whenever I'm on these trips, you can ask Tiff. I still work nonstop. I'm just here to give actual support with her here in person, so it's always nice too. So, but again, thank you very much for all of your love and support for Tiffany, for the business, for our family, and everything else. We really appreciate it.
It's very nice also to not feel alone, and there's other people maybe out there too that can help me understand or give some kind of advice that they've been through or they've had, some of the same symptoms, and because it's hard to explain, and it's
been difficult.
Yes, very.
But that helps keep her strong. So your messages, your love and support really help keep her strong. Whenever we get more emails, she's like, "Oh my goodness, it just makes her feel good." So we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So until the next update, please again keep continuing to follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube of Ecuador Shores Realty, and of course the professional website of EcuadorShoresRealty.com. I will be back in paradise here in a moment. So we look forward to seeing you in the Ecuador paradise, and until then, we'll see you again soon.
Bye guys.
Thanks again, guys. Have a great afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Ryan Kelly and Tiffany Kelly coming today from Ecuador Shores. Well, not really coming to you today from Ecuador Shores.
We're not.
All right.
Try again.
Blooper, try again.
Next.
Cut. Good afternoon, everybody. Ryan and Tiffany Kelly.
I wasn't ready. You were going, good afternoon. I'm like,
Is it Bigfoot? Is Bigfoot behind us? It's a squirrel.
the dog?
The dog's in the tree?
Keep saying that dog.
First thing, well, I don't know. Why don't you say that?
Yes, thanks for, can't do this. Oh my goodness.
I love putting her on the spot.